everyone. Welcome to No Movies in Hell. I'm Chris Geiger.
I'm LaQuas Scott, and today we are reviewing Origin by Ava DuVernay.
I just started watching Abbott Elementary.
Oh my gosh, I love that show. It's so funny.
And there was an episode where Ava was making a TikTok video, and she was like, now when they say it's produced by that Ava lady, they'll have to say which one.
Oh my gosh, so great. Yeah, oh gosh. This movie was really, really powerful. Going into it, I knew it was about Isabel Wilkerson's Cast book, which I have not read. I do have Warmth of the Other Sons. Almost like watching a biopic of someone.
Yeah.
All these things are happening to the character. It's just amazing story.
Yeah, when I would watch the trailers, I couldn't tell what the movie was about. And I didn't read up on it before I went in because I was like, it'll just be whatever it is. And it was an interesting take on it. Because usually if you're watching a movie that's based on a book, then it's the story of the book, not the story of the research and all of the things that happened to the person who was writing it while they were writing it. So it was an interesting take on that. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Same. Yeah. And the way that it was shot too was just really, really interesting. Like you, I was not prepared going in. It was just like, I knew these surface level details, but didn't know what exactly it was going to be about. And it was a really, really good education. But the waterworks were turned on like the whole time for this film.
And you see people in this movie who you don't normally see in those types of roles. So the woman who plays her cousin, I'm very used to seeing her in a very comic role, right? Like, to me, the first thing I thought was, oh, she's from Reno 911.
Yes, exactly. I love her Reno 911.
Yeah, she's so great in that. The guy who plays her husband, isn't he the
John
Punisher?
Barenthal. Yes, he is the Punisher. I feel like he does like a good range of roles because he's also in like Kimmy Schmidt. He's also in The Bear.
Is he in Kimmy Schmidt?
Yeah, he's like in like 2 or 3 episodes in like the latter seasons.
Okay.
And Anjanae Ellis Taylor, she did an amazing, amazing job in Lovecraft Country that was on HBO. But she also is Oscar nominated for playing the Williams' mother in the film, 2 or 3 years ago. So it was amazing seeing her. It was amazing. Like, I loved all her outfits. It was like, oh my gosh, she has like the most amazing outfits. But it's just so wild. She is just faced with so much at every single point of her life. And she still continued to do the research, to like power through. It was really, really good.
It was also interesting. Like, Dax has The Warmth of Other Suns too on the bookshelf. I haven't read it, and I haven't read Cast, but it makes me want to read it.
Mm-hmm.
But also, if that was her first book and she won a Pulitzer for it, because in the movie you're like, her editor is like very supportive of her in an industry where you hear that doesn't really happen. So I was like, that's. But I guess if the first book you write wins a Pulitzer, then maybe your editor is very supportive of you.
Yeah. Like, I will just move everything out of the way for you. Yeah. It's just amazing. I was just kind of like, Ava just touches on all the things. It's an education. She just touches on everything, and it's so great. And I'm just so happy that this film is out and people can watch, but and just really experience it. But I very much am like, Ava, do you like romantic comedies or drama?
I do feel like I'm afraid that not a lot of people will watch this because it is confusing. Like you don't really know what it's going to be about. So you can't clearly like say I'm in the mood for this type of movie and like put it in that sort of genre and go see it.
Yeah.
You and I guess unless you do your research on it or unless you really like the other things that she's done.
Yeah. I
But
mean, I do foresee this being shown in like schools or in communities for understanding. And I did not know the magnitude of what with which like Cast was, number one, uh, debuted at number one in 2020 when it came out. It also came out at a time where a lot of um, attentions were on high due to George Floyd. But then also like Warmth of Other Suns came out, and that was, gosh, I want to say in 2012, 2013. It's still, all these people have read this book. Like you would think that all of these people would want to come out and see this come to life. I feel like, yes, people will not probably not come to the theater to see, even though they should, but
mm,
it probably will be kind of a long tail watch and something that will be in kind of a library, if not in museums, and people talking about it and kind of dissecting, what does it mean to have kind of this caste system that's implemented for, kind of no reason,
mm,
or it has no basis. There's a reason, but it
right,
has no basis.
right. And that you get people to buy into it, right? Like,
Mhm.
all right, so 26 and 24, this got very good marks from both of us.
Yeah, I think, where did I so me, costumes, hair, and makeup,
Mm,
and costumes I thought were amazing. I love her outfit. Isabel's outfits. And I love, like, even when they did kind of the flashbacks to the other scenes and kind of set it up, I thought that they did a very good job with the costumes, hair, and makeup when taking that historical view. I think we're in alignment. This was just a really, really great film.
yeah, agree. I think I didn't do higher marks on hair and makeup and costumes because I felt like they're just like normal people clothes. So there wasn't like that fantastical or like sort of inventive element to it. I will say though that I was kind of confused. Like they go to this party and she seems to go to this party more than once, or not more than once, but like it seems to be a party that happens an annual
Mm,
gathering, but like it's very formal. It seems like
mhm.
something that you would go to like after the Met opening night
Yeah.
of the season or something like that. But I couldn't figure out what they were like, what the context of the party was. So that was confusing.
Oh, maybe like the literary, or because, yeah, it's like where she meets her like agents in order to talk about like the progress and what she's thinking about. Yeah.
And that guy was there who wanted her to write the Trayvon Martin story
Hmm.
first. That could have been explained a little bit better. But yeah, but it gave an opportunity to like dress her up and like show her in like this very glamorous setting, which I also felt like was interesting because it's again from my limited knowledge of the book industry, you don't make that much money.
Hmm. And I
But
think she
like
even mentioned that too. Like, I don't make money off of books.
right, but like she's able to afford a very nice house. She's able to afford to have her mother stay in a very nice facility. She's able to afford like very nice outfits, like as you're and to travel. And maybe the travel part comes as an advance from her editor, but I don't. But it also seemed like I was like, how is she funding this lifestyle? Like,
Wasn't she like a professor at some point? Like, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think maybe because her first book did well. And then, yeah, her editors and agents, gave her the opportunity to be able to do this, which is very nice.
right. And because she knew the guy who wanted her to come back to the paper and write an article, like that made her seem like she had been a well-known journalist,
Hmm.
even though like journalism jobs don't pay very well either. Like,
I feel like for certain ones, like if you're a guest editor and or you have a column or something specific, it's very much kind of like different than kind of like the all stars, or people subscribe, you bring in subscribers because you're bringing audience,
Mm.
versus just like a not like a general population, but journalists who work on like different beats and things like that.
Do you have anything to plug in this episode?
Yes. So we have a few days left for the Flame Awards, our inaugural No Movies in Hell awards show. So please take a look. Link is in bio on Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, because we're on Blue Sky as well. And we're on Letterboxd. So please check us out.
And it will also be in the description for this video on YouTube. I don't have anything to plug really. I'm going to see tomorrow night. I'm going to see Alienoid 2.
Oh,
I have not yet seen Alienoid, so I hope that's not a requirement in order to. But it's a foreign language. It's Korean.
okay.
Alienoid came out like 2 years ago, and it instantly sold out. Like I
Oh,
think there were
wow.
only like 1 or 2 showings in New York, and they were gone. I'm hoping Alienoid 2 is good. It doesn't sound like a movie I would normally go see. It's science fiction. It's also Korean mythology. So there's like this magical sword that does something, and there's also time travel.
You don't like time travel?
I mean, I'm not a big sci-fi person in general.
That's
Um,
true.
the movie that I saw last night, the Japanese movie called The River, which was at Alamo Drafthouse, had a component of time travel in it as well. It was a surprising element in that movie because it wasn't included in the original description. I do think sometimes time travel is like this sort of catch-all answer to things. Like, I don't know how to end this. Oh, time traveler. We'll come in and do something crazy, and then it'll all be over. I mean, I feel like that with some science fiction, right? Like, we don't know how to end this. Oh, we'll just send them to the moon.
Fair
Okay.
enough.
People live on the moon now. I guess I should have assumed that. It's not the answer I'm looking for. I'm much more of a Western fan where like the end is just everyone dies.
Or the town is saved. I mean,
Or the town is saved, or all the bad guys die and the town is saved, or but it's very sort of accessible endings. All right, so thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
see you next time.